Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Gary Johnson, or Jill Stein. But first, what does the church say about certain issues? The church believes that healthcare should be affordable and accessible to everyone. The church also believes that healthcare should be rooted in values that respect human dignity and protect human life. Everyone should receive healthcare, especially born and unborn children, pregnant women, immigrants, and the poor. Businesses should be able to provide healthcare without compromising their moral or religious convictions. The church also supports Medicare and Medicaid. The Catholic Church says that we should welcome the stranger. As Catholics, we are to care for and stand with the newcomers, authorized and unauthorized, including immigrant children, refugees, and asylum seekers. The detention of immigrants should be used only for public safety and not for punishment. The church believes that welfare should reduce poverty and strengthen the family life. It should also provide a safety net for those who cannot work. Those who are on welfare should have safe and affordable housing, along with food security for all, because no one should face hunger on welfare.
To get to universal care, which is to defend, support, and enhance the Affordable Care Act. I agree with universal health care.
No matter how you get there.
No matter.
That brings in competition. When you get rid of the lines, it brings in competition. So instead of having one insurance company taking care of New York or Texas, you'll have many. They'll compete, and it'll be a beautiful thing.
Offer individuals and small businesses market access to larger insurance pools that will lower costs and end insurance company discrimination against people with pre-existing conditions. As part of a plan for universal coverage, which I will discuss in detail in the coming months, we would create large insurance pools that lower administrative costs for small businesses and individuals by spreading the risks. In a system of universal coverage, insurance companies cannot as easily shift costs through cherry picking and other means.
And replace it with something absolutely much less expensive and something that works, where your plan can actually be tailored. We have to get rid of the lines around the state, artificial lines, where we stop insurance companies from coming in and competing, because they wanted, President Obama and whoever was working on it, they want to leave those lines because that gives the insurance companies essentially monopolies. We want competition. You will have the finest health care plan there is. She wants to go to a single payer plan.
Who here agrees with the church? Because Donald Trump spoke about competition amongst insurance companies. However, that did not resolve anything. Hillary Clinton, on the other hand, spoke about reforming the Obamacare Act and also providing health care for those in businesses and also everyone who had pre-existing conditions.
I say it again, what do you have to lose? Look, what do you have to lose? You're living in poverty, your schools are no good, you have no jobs, 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose?
Do you think we do too little now to support the poor who, for whatever reason, cannot find or cannot keep a job?
I do, and I know there's a big debate, and it's an important debate about welfare reform, because when welfare reform was passed, there was an expectation, certainly on my part, and I think on the part of many who had supported it, that there would be an expectation, in fact, a requirement that states would have to be contributing to the broadest possible safety net, particularly in economic downturns, so that we wouldn't help the working poor, particularly through the EITC, which I think is one of the best anti-poverty programs that we have devised. We would not be doing it at the expense of the poor. We would also be providing a continuing safety net for the poor.
Do I need to say more? Trump basically bashed those who were already in poverty, while Hillary Clinton gave a reasonable explanation on how she would help reform the Welfare Act and how it would provide a safety net, wink, wink, for those who were not.
At its heart, this is a family issue. If we say that we support families in this country, then that has to mean something. I want to put an end to families being torn apart or hard-working, law-abiding parents having to prepare their kids for the day that mom or dad might be taken away. That's why I still passionately support comprehensive immigration reform legislation with a path to full and equal citizenship.
Build a wall. You're going to build that wall within 2 years?
It's not a question of wanting. We have no choice.
We're going to build a wall.
We have no choice.
Let's talk about, it's 2,000 miles. Explain, you're only going to build 1,000 of wall. What do you do on that other 1,000 miles?
Well, and like I said last night, it's 13,000 miles for China.
Right.
That was 2,000 years ago. And they had no trouble. They had plenty of labor, there's no question about it, but they had no trouble. So they built a 13,000-mile wall. We have 2,000 miles, but we need 1,000. So it's 1,000 versus 13,000, and it's modern. It'll get done so quickly, your head will spin. It gets done quickly.
Hillary Clinton wants to welcome everyone into the United States and grant them all citizenship. She does not want to deport anyone or break up any families. However, on the other hand, Donald Trump wants to build a wall to keep all immigrants out. Pope Francis will vote for Hillary Clinton, as most of her views are in accordance with the church. Not all, just most.